Hello, welcome back to our channel. I am Dr. Carol, this is Dr. Meg, and today we want to talk about debunking diets. This is a time of year when people are really looking at their fitness, their weight, they're looking at themselves and looking at where they want to make change. And oftentimes, this is when diet ideas can come up in ways to either quickly lose weight or reset or whatever it is you're looking to do. We want to spend a little bit of time just looking at this concept because it's a really critical one, and there's so many different paths you can take when you're looking at an idea of a diet. But the number one rule that I tell everybody, and I think is crucial, that if a meal plan or for a food plan or a diet is telling you to eat a certain way, if your intention is not to eat that way every day for the rest of your life, then don't do it for one day. Essentially, if it's not sustainable for you, then don't do it, because it's not going to be effective long term, and it's only going to create that roller coaster that people go on where they do a diet, they lose a bunch of weight, they gain it back, they find another diet, they lose a bunch of weight, they gain it back, because the plan, the way that they're eating isn't sustainable for them. There are so many diets out there that are excellent. Paleo's really good, keto's really good, there are good diets, but if it's not one that you can maintain, then it's not going to work for you. And don't bother, because it's not an effective way. So you really have to look at what is sustainable for you. What is something that you are going to be able to do forever? And not that you have to be perfect. I really focus on eating a plant-based diet, which I do 90% of the time, but sometimes I have a burger. Like, that's just the reality of it. So it's not that it has to be 100% all of the time, 24/7, 365 days a week. It's that you are able to have consistency with it, and you're eating in a way that is sustainable for you. So, and there are certain ones that a Whole Food 30 is a okay program, but it's really not sustainable for the majority of the people that do it. Atkins is not sustainable for the majority of the people that do it. So we really have to look at, what am I going to be able to do and continue to do? Because that's where results are going to happen from, when you are consistently making good choices around your food. And so it has to include, in my experience, accountability. There has to be that aspect of accountability that works, that you build into whatever program. If it's working with a nutritionist, if it's working with like Weight Watchers, they have built-in accountability. That's why they have been so successful for so many decades. That app Noom has accountability built in. So those aspects are really critical. And I find that food tracking is a really important part of it. If your goal is weight loss, you have to track what you eat. And so finding an easy way to do that is a really critical aspect as well. So you really want to look at how those two things can be built into whatever program you choose. And look around. There's so many different programs. And I'm not saying that something like a cleanse isn't a bad thing to do. They're fine to reset, to do sort of a clean out, but it's like doing a spring clean of your house, which is a fine thing to do a couple of times a year. But it's not a way to lose weight, because if you lose any weight, you're just going to gain it back, because you're not going to keep just drinking juice for the rest of your life. So you really want to understand that the most effective way you're going to have weight loss happen and sustain weight loss is having something that's sustainable, having accountability, something that you can track what you're eating and moving. That's one of the things I really like about that Noom app, is that you track your activity and you track your food, and you can have a coach through them. So it has everything. And Weight Watchers, I think, is pretty similar with that. So just stepping back and looking at it, it's not going to be a quick fix. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. But when it is something that you can sustain and you keep getting small changes as you go along, that is really where it's going to be so effective and so rewarding for you in terms of long-term change and change that you can maintain, which is so exciting. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, you can contact us at Chiropractic Family Wellness Center. Thanks for watching.